This video is for anyone who finds themselves forgetting things too often. We will examine 7 simple techniques. It would be beneficial to pay attention. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji from Classroom of the Elite exemplifies perfect memory, capable of recalling detailed conversations from early childhood, even identifying his father based on a single overheard conversation at age 4. While his recall is fictional, the underlying principles are learnable. We will dissect 7 powerful techniques inspired by this perfect recall to help you dramatically improve your ability to learn, retain, and remember. The first hurdle we all face is just getting information to stick in the first place, right? So often, something important is said, and moments later, it's like it evaporated. Ayanokoji, when he needs to remember, is likely tuning in with an incredible level of focus from the get-go. He isn't just passively hearing, he is paying intense initial attention. For us, that means when you encounter something crucial, a name, an important instruction, a key fact, you have to consciously decide to lock onto it. Minimize the noise, both around you and in your head, and really engage with that information for those first few seconds. That's the foundation. Okay, so let's say you've really focused and managed to capture the information. That's a great start. But then, the next problem often is that an isolated piece of information, like a single date or a random fact, can be really hard to hold on to if it's just floating around by itself. Ayanokoji doesn't just remember his father's name, he remembers the conversation, the voices, the setting. He is linking new information to its surroundings and existing knowledge. So, when you learn something new, don't let it be an orphan. For instance, if you're trying to remember that Alexander the Great lived in the 4th century BCE, you might link it to other things you already know about ancient Greece from that period, or connect it to a key battle he fought. This deliberate weaving of threads creates more ways to pull that memory back later. Now, even if you've paid close attention and connected the new information to other things, is hearing or seeing something just once truly enough to remember it in detail years down the line? For most of us, not really. Details fade. Ayanokoji's kind of recall suggests he isn't just filing things away after one look. He is likely mentally replaying and actively thinking about important information. It's like really mulling something over in your head. So, after you learn something significant, don't just mentally shelve it. Revisit it. Try to explain it to yourself in your own words. Think about how it might apply in different situations. This kind of active internal discussion makes the memory much stronger. As you start building up this richer, more connected and processed knowledge, another challenge can pop up: sheer volume. If your mind is just a huge jumbled pile of facts and experiences, finding what you need becomes a nightmare. Ayanokoji's mind, to work so efficiently, can't be a mess.
He likely has some way of keeping things organized, like a well-structured filing system. For us, this means consciously bringing structure to what we learn. Maybe you use outlines when taking notes, or group similar concepts together. The more organized your knowledge is, the easier it is to pinpoint and retrieve what you need.
But memories aren't just static files, are they? What you understood about something years ago might be seen in a new light with more experience. If Ayanokoji can verify a childhood memory as a teenager, it suggests his memories aren't just stored and forgotten. He is likely periodically updating and refining his understanding of old information. Science itself works like this all the time. New discoveries often force scientists to reevaluate old theories. What was once believed about how the solar system formed, for instance, changes as we gather more data from new telescopes and space missions. So, it's useful to sometimes look back at what you've learned and ask, does this still make sense? How does it fit with what I know now? This active process keeps your memories accurate. So now you've got information that's well captured, connected, processed, organized, and even updated. That's a powerful mental library. But when you're in a situation and need a specific piece of that information, how do you pull out exactly what you need without your brain just sifting through everything endlessly? Ayanokoji, facing a problem, is likely very clear on what he is looking for. He accesses his memory with a clear purpose, like a targeted search. It's a bit like when you lose your keys. You don't just vaguely think keys, you start asking specific questions. Where was I when I last used them? What was I doing right before I noticed they were missing? That focus helps your brain narrow its search much more effectively. One final, often tricky aspect of memory is how our own feelings can color what we recall. It's easy for emotions to warp the actual facts of an event. Ayanokoji is often portrayed as emotionally detached, especially about his past. This might hint at an ability to record events as objective data, separating the facts from the feelings around them. While emotions can sometimes make memories vivid, they can also be unreliable narrators. When you're trying to learn and remember critical information accurately, make an effort to focus on the objective facts. Try to distinguish what happened from how you felt about it, especially during the initial learning phase. This helps keep the memory itself clean. Ayanokoji's perfect memory is an extraordinary concept, born from an extraordinary fictional background. Yet, the principles we've dissected, really paying attention, connecting new information, actively thinking it over, organizing it, keeping it updated, searching with purpose, and aiming for objective recall, are all powerful strategies that anyone can cultivate to vastly improve their own memory. You might not remember conversations from age 4, but you can absolutely learn to remember more accurately, and for longer. I am Anipreneur. If this deep dive into Ayanokoji's memory inspired you, like this video, subscribe for more analyses, and comment below. Which technique will you implement first to start building your own near-perfect recall? Thank you for watching. Go forth and remember everything.